I saw a comment the other day that actually made me smile. It was creative. The furry asked, "Are you a software engineer or a terminal explorer?" I'm neither. I'm a network engineer. But after spending the last 6 months perfecting my Kitty config, I'll take the title of terminal engineer, and by the end of this video, you're going to be one too. There's a lot of terminals coming out right now. They're shiny, they're fast, and they've got a lot of hype. But Kitty is a veteran. It's mature, it's battle tested. And I've gone straight to the source. As Tenant Dan said in Forrest Gump, sucking on the government's. I've interviewed the creator of Kitty, the quantum architect, the fault-tolerant overlord, the Caltech PhD Gigalord, the Count of Code, the man who metaphorically jumped into my pants the first time that I saw the Kitty graphics protocol, which is also the creator of the Caliber ebook reader, Lord Kovid Goyal. Wise, baby. I'm a total fangirl, I don't even hide it. When you're building your workflow on a foundation designed by a mind that understands quantum error correction, you don't just use the tool, you engineer with it. The first thing a terminal engineer does is take control of the machine. Most people leave remote control off, not us. I set allow remote control to yes. I want my OS to be able to talk to my terminal. This is the secret sauce that lets my sketchy bar query window titles or trigger automation. If you're not using a Unix socket, you're just using a text box, not a tool. Now, if you use tools like Kanata for keyboard remapping on Mac, you've probably seen the annoying term info error when you run sudo. Most people just live with that friction, we don't. This one line in my config, shell integration no sudo, is the fix. It stops Kitty from trying to inject environment variables that sudo blocks. It's a 10-second fix for a 10-minute headache. And let's talk about the Ghostty effect. Everyone wants those smooth cursor trails. Kitty has had this for ages, but let's admit it, Neovim was first. And I also gotta admit that I like cursor trails a little bit better on Ghostty because of the shaders. I have tuned it specifically to help my eyes track large jumps when I'm moving through 500 lines of a Palo Alto firewall configuration. Or a big Neovim buffer. It's not a toy, it's visual telemetry. For the beginners, what's a session? It's just a save state for your work. Instead of opening a terminal and manually CDing into your folders every morning, like a true ultra boomer, a session is a pre-configured file that tells Kitty where to go and what to do. Most people use Tmux for sessions. We're not doing that here. We're doing it natively on Kitty or zero lag performance. Now, I understand that sessions are a bit complicated to understand, so if you have questions, remember to join the Sunday live stream. I'm gonna answer all of them there, and if you need to, I'm also going to do a demo. As a terminal engineer, I also want zero friction. On my CMK keyboard, which is a Toucan keyboard by the way, I have dedicated keys mapped via skhd. So that means that I hit a key map and it automatically takes me directly to the session that I wanna go. For example, my daily notes, my Dotfiles, my nodes, any other session that I have configured. But I'm also human. I still use the Control-B prefix for my session menu. I actually hate this prefix, which comes from Tmux, because you need to press 2 keys to perform an action, like the prefix and then the key. And I should have remapped it already, but I'm lazy. I'll look at it another day. But even with the prefix, this menu is elite. I built it using FCF. It has a Vim-like normal mode, where I use J and K to move, and also an insert mode to filter. If I have 20 sessions open, I hit Ctrl-B-S, then I type Obsidian, and I'm there. And for the beginners out there, you don't need a custom keyboard like this to feel fast. Check out the Quick Access Terminal. I use these floating windows for one-off scripts or tasks. It's like a utility belt that disappears when you don't need it. So I use it, for example, if I need to set my input or output audio device, I have another one that allows me to bring up my color scheme selector, which changes the colors everywhere on my system, and stuff like that. You get the idea. One more thing for the minimalist engineers. Look at my borders, or better yet, the lack of them. I use hide window decorations title bar only. It gives me that ultra clean edge-to-edge look while keeping the rounded corners of a GigaChat macOS user. I don't use Linux. I don't know if that works there or how to set it up, but to my furry Linux friends, please let us know in the comments. And when you're building a macOS GigaChat workflow like this, you need to trust the people behind the tools. I didn't just guess that Neovim 0.12 was the future. I've interviewed Justin Keys, lead maintainer of Neovim. Between the quantum PhD brain of Kovid and the insights from Justin, I'm not just exploring, I'm applying their knowledge. Right now, I'm using a custom kitty command to pipe my scrollback into Neovim so I can search for all of that output in Neovim, and I can use my Neovim plugins like Flash to jump around and stuff like that. But I don't have colors. Justin Keys, which is the Neovim lead maintainer, told me in another conversation we had on Reddit, I think, that this is going to be available on Neovim 0.12. So Kitty is gonna show me my scrollback in Neovim with colors, without any additional Kitty plugins. As you're able to see here, I already have the config lines ready, so I'm just waiting on Neovim 0.12. Now, if you go to my Dotfiles right now, my config might look like a nightmare. But that's because it's a living document. It grows as I find new ways to reduce friction. I would recommend you not to copy and paste my entire config, but just grab the pieces that you need and apply them to your config. Keep in mind that I use a different operating system. I use a different set of fonts that maybe you don't have installed. So just go and check it out. And if you have questions, like for example, what the quick access terminal is, like the floating window, what sessions are, how to configure them, how I use Kanata, what is Kanata, all those type of questions, remember, join me on Sunday and I'm going to help you out on stream. I want to give a massive thank you to the CEO YouTube member, Web23. You can check out his work at web23.com. I also want to thank the rest of the YouTube members. Really appreciate all the support. If this video helped you to stop exploring and start engineering, like the video, subscribe, all that crap, and I'll see you on Sunday or